All right. Looks like I am live. Hello and welcome. My name's Campbell. This is Spiral Up. And the name of this live stream is The Shift is Hitting the Fan. And we can all see this now. Just as a side note, I was supposed to do this live yesterday and somehow the first one didn't work. And when I started again, I ended up on my other channel. So yeah, that's why there was no live yesterday. So I am live, just waiting for people to turn up. What I wanted to talk about today is what's going on. There is a massive shift happening, and I've got a few things. I'll just read this to you. Hang on, let me share screen. Can I do that? Hello, hello, if you are watching. I'm just about to share my screen. Okay, can you see that? You might not be able to see that properly. Hopefully you can, but this is the Aquarian shift, what will be different. And it goes down here and it basically says, what are these ages? Astronomers will tell you that the Earth rotates on an axis, blah, blah, blah. Every 24,000 years we complete a cycle, and it's broken into 12 parts of 12 astrological signs based on which constellations, or based on the constellations in the sky. This is written from a globe perspective. And it says, for the next 2,000 years, we will be in the Aquarian age. We will have been in the transition from the Piscean age to the Aquarian age for the last 50 years. The official beginning of the Aquarian age was on November 11, 2011, or 11/11/11. But some people say it was the December 21st, 2012. So basically what it says is we're going into, this shift of going into the Aquarian age is going to take, a while, like decades. So we're already sort of 10 years into it. And it says, why is this so important? Many people go their whole lives not caring or knowing if they are Pisces, Geminis, blah, blah, blah. This change to the Aquarian age is so important because it changes the astrological conditions for the entire planet. And every person on the Earth has been and will be affected by this shift. The Piscean age has been dominated by hierarchy and power. The key phrase for this age was from Shakespeare's Hamlet, to be or not to be. To make a successful or happy life, you needed to resolve this question. The key to the astrological sign of Pisces is, I believe. During this age, in order to be, you needed to find someone or something to believe in. So this has got to do with authority and following, following the system, right? That they tell you that to be successful, you have to be a part of the system. And that was Piscean. This has been the foundation of human consciousness for the last 2,000 years. Everything that you have learned from your parents and their parents going back 2,000 years has been colored by this Piscean frame reference. And now that is all being challenged. The Aquarian age will be dominated by networks and information. The key phrase for this age is be to be. The key to the astrological sign is I know. And the age of information, nothing is secret anymore. All information is available at your fingertips. Where the Piscean age was organized in a vertical up and down structure of hierarchies to hide truth, the Aquarian age is organized in horizontal networking, opening the world up to true equality. So there we go. I'll just stop sharing my screen. There we go. All right, how are we going? Oh, look at this. We've got people here. Hello, everyone. Who have we got? Alibaba, Liza, hello. Mud floods everywhere. Kiwi MacArthur. Bernie, how you going, Bernie? Yes, I am live streaming. Yes, you'll have to email me, Bertie. We have to do a live stream. I looked for your email yesterday, couldn't see one. So, but yeah, we need to do one. Thank you. Yes, everyone hit the like button. Vividness, hello, how you going? The Naked Truth, hello, Isness. All right, so yeah, the shift is hitting the fan, right? The shift, the Aquarian age, the shift in consciousness, the shift in vibration and frequency, and we see this everywhere at the moment. People are freaking out because this world at the moment is populated mainly by people from the Piscean age. So they have a Piscean mindset, and that Piscean mindset is they like authority. They want to be told what to do. They want to know where the line is that they have to line up in. And they're systemites. They love the system. They believe that they need the system to be successful, as that article said. But Aquarians, we don't believe in rulers. It's that simple. We don't believe we can be ruled. So we're completely opposite. We're anti-system. We're into building our own, human-based systems or organizations, whereas Pisceans want to be told. They don't want to make the rules because, you see, if they just want to follow rules, because to them, they don't have to take responsibility if things go wrong. And of course, as Aquarians, it's all about responsibility, right? That's what we're about. We're about building new things and taking responsibility for our own lives. And so this is what's happening in the big wide world is, we're all trying to talk to these Pisceans and say, can't you see what's happening? Don't you want to be free? And it's not even part, this is why we're getting this phenomena where we can't get through to people. Like literally we can't communicate with them because they're on a different level. They're back in the last age still. So, we're on this vibration and they're on this vibration and we're trying to communicate and it just doesn't work, doesn't sync. And that's why we're getting all these, weird, interactions and the masky people yelling at people, because to them, the way to fix it is to follow the rules. And they still believe, just follow the rules, right? And it'll all go back to normal. And that's what they believe. And this is why they're yelling at us. Just follow the rules, just do it, because this is what they believe. And they believe that more than they actually believe in the V, right? Like we know a lot of these people that they understand that all this stuff doesn't work, and they even say it. There's people who come out and they say, I've had the double bills prick, but everyone should still wear a mask, just in case, just to show that we're on that side. And this is what they're all about. This is all the SJW stuff, people going mad and yelling at you and just follow the rules, Big Arnie, right? Did you see that? Big Arnie came out. And what did he say? Stuff your freedom or something to that effect. Basically, he said, your freedom doesn't matter. You have to follow the rules, because if you don't, you're going to kill people from the magical mystery bug. So, of course, Arnie, and celebrities are different. They do that because they've got an agenda. But the mass population, they do it because that's what they're programmed to do. That's where their mindset is. So they can't, that they see us as a threat. And this is what's happening. Because they believe it's going to go back to normal if you follow the rules, they see us as the ones not following them, right? So they see us as the ones that are stopping things going back to normal, because they don't see the big picture. They just want to worship their hierarchy and do what they're told. And that way, like I said, if things go wrong, they just blame someone else and point the finger, right? No responsibility here. It wasn't my fault. And this is what we're up against. This is the shift. This is what's hitting the fan, is basically, it's Pisceans versus Aquarians. It's systemites versus free thinkers. And there's such an adjunct, such a, space, such a big distance between those two different, attitudes, that it's very hard to connect. The two different groups, should we call it that, are finding it hard to connect. And of course, there's lots of Aquarian. We are the minority, but a lot of people are waking up. So we seem to have a lot of sleeping Aquarians out there and this is sort of shocking them into waking up. All this craziness. So. We have won this, of course. Don't ever, worry. This is done and won. All we're dealing with is the time frame that it's going to take to get to this new Earth, because we have to build it. It's up to us. It's up to our where we focus, our mental power, our spiritual power. It's up to where we put that. If we spend all our time focusing on these people, the Pisceans, shall we call them, then that's just focusing on what you don't want. Buckminster Fuller said, if you want to build a new system or a new way to live, you don't focus on the old one, and you don't focus on tearing it down. You just focus on building a new one. So we've got to stop looking behind, and we've got to start looking forward, because the truth is we're going into the Aquarian age, and we're the Aquarians. So this is our world now. This is, they've had their 2,000 years. It clearly didn't work. They're outed. This is now our Earth. This is now our world. We get to do what? We get to build build it right. We get to set it right. To build the world and the Earth and everything, all the systems that benefit us and make our lives easier. As we know, as the past was, right? All this free energy, all this kind of stuff. That's been taken away by a certain group of people who want to control the whole world. And that system is falling apart very quickly, as we know. Cuomo stepped down. They've released, I don't know if you've heard, can I don't know if I can even say the word, but they've released footage of someone called Podesta, can I say that? Which is really, really, awful, damning stuff. So this is all starting to happen. It's all coming through. And I've heard people, saying 2025 and 2023, and guys, it ain't going to last that long. We're getting close. How is everyone? Bernard is definitely far from normal. I second that, Bernie. I will admit not being normal. Nice. All right. So I'm in the right place at least. Magical Mystery Bug is coming to take you away. Coming to take you away. Thank you, Vivness. Thank you. Happy birthday. Oh, tomorrow, who was that? Barry. Oh, at Barry. Oh, well, mine was yesterday. I had a birthday yesterday, and I turned 49 years, or so they say. But to me, I think age is really, it's all in your mind, right? You're only as old as you want to be. It's lovely not being normal. You are unique, Keith. I mean, who'd want to be normal? This is something I think about a lot, because I was, I didn't wake up. I was born this way. I was born weird. And I often think how it must be for people who wake up to have actually lived in that paradigm and believed, the system, and believed all the stories and everything, and that was the way it was. And then to suddenly see it completely differently, to wake up and go, holy crap, it's actually the opposite. I mean, I've often wondered what that's like. It must be interesting. I'm going to have to do some interviews with people, I think. I only got one done, but I started, it was supposed to be a series. So I'll have to get back to it, called 5 Questions. And it's just talking to people about how their experience of waking up. Because that's something I'm kind of interested in, because I don't know what it is. It must be, a shock to the system. Thank you, Vivness. Hello, Henry. How you going? Scaris, hey ho, how you going? I'm a baby still. Yes, well, at least mentally. This is the thing, who wants to grow up? I always found it so weird that when people hit, when they left school, or when they'd done their college or university, basically when they started working, they change. They get their haircut, get their little suit or their little uniform, and they try and act mature. They try, it's like this sort of instant change. It's just like, oh, now I'm an adult and I have to be mature. And to them, mature is, I have to obey the system. I mean, that's immaturity. This is, oh my God, everything's so backwards. Like, people believe, and this is what I couldn't understand, they believe that if they change and mimic the system, if they turn into what the system tells them that they should be, so if they listen to mummy and daddy telling them how they should act, they believe that's being mature, when that is the exact opposite because they're being told what to do. They're not thinking for themselves. Whereas when you grow up, you should be really taking time to think for yourself. That's maturity because, for a word, because I always call myself immature and I think I am, mentally because I don't want to, but to me, that means I'm not a systemite. I haven't obeyed the system. I haven't got into their routine and rhetoric and I'm this and I'm this and now I've got to get a good car and all that kind of stupidity. To me, that's it's I guess it's finding the right words, right? Maybe I'm not immature. I'd say that they're, these people who follow the system, the Pisceans, they're it's almost like they're stunted. It's like they're little children still. So they are immature. So maybe that's not the right word to call myself. Maybe I'm just silly. I don't know. But this is the thing. If you grow up in your mind, that's a shift, right? That's a shift in your mental, vision of who you are. Your self-image is now I'm an adult, and so you have this. I'm guessing because I've never been there. That they're like suddenly, oh well, all this kind of stuff. That's immature children's stuff. We don't do that anymore. We don't have fun. We don't act like idiots. We don't just do things because they feel good because we're mature. And so they go through this big shift, which to me ages people. And then they're like, they focus on the age. Every year you have a birthday. I'm getting older. How old are you? Write your birth date down. Write your birth date down. That ages people. I would say don't ever take that step of adhering to the system and thinking that that's maturity, because that's not. That's slave mentality. That's Piscean. That's why I don't do good in jobs, because I'm an Aquarian and I don't like people telling me what to do. My last job, I had a boss who thought that his job was to tell me what to do. And I basically fought with him for a year and a half. Full on. It ended up, in meetings with the CEOs and stuff. And, I stood up and ripped a new butthole for him in front of the CEO, because he could have done his job. And this is the thing. This is a Piscean, right? They look at someone and go, I have to control them. I have to tell them what to do. Where an Aquarian would come up to me and go, oh yeah, so you know what you're doing? Yeah. What's your plan for today? Oh, cool. All right, off you go. And they would let you do your job. Okay, because they don't need to control you. This is the difference. This is the whole difference. And we see this in the workplace all the time. It's control, 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 control. And now, of course, businesses want to control their employees more by mandating things, right? It's all Piscean control system. And this is what we're seeing. This is the apocalypse. It's coming out so blatantly now that we can't ignore it. But it's collapsing. All this is just interesting to watch. We've won. They're collapsing. This is going to start going quicker and quicker. But it's an interesting time, isn't it? Because all the Pisceans, right? They're all the ones getting the magic, the Bill's prick in them. And we're passing ages, right? So this whole Depop thing, is there something bigger going on, like as far as the Pisceans can't exist in that Aquarian age? I mean, because look how hard it was for us to exist in the Piscean age. It was trying to be ruled in there. It's not easy going through that system. So, but we take responsibility. So if it all changes and you can't take responsibility, I think it's kind of the end of the line, right? So you just line up for your Jabberwocky. Why not? Barry Nelson, I'm getting older. No, sorry. No, you're not. I'm not getting older. I'm just getting better and better. Exactly. And this is the thing. We grow. You've got a choice, right? You can age or you can grow. Two completely different concepts. And it's the way that you see it and you see yourself that makes the difference. Adam Karma, how you going? Paul Salia, they kind of become robotic in routine. Yeah, well, this is also what the Piscean age was. It was routine. It was, you know, get up, have your breakfast, go to your job, have lunch when they tell you, go to the toilet when they tell you, come home, cook your dinner, sit in front of the telly, go to bed, do it all again, do it all again, do it all again. Routine. And even to the point of, holidays and weekends and stuff, people do the same things all the time. It's just going round and round and round in circles. And what that does is that blocks you from opportunity, right? If you're always doing the same thing and focusing on the same thing, and we're going to do this, you block yourself off from the universe coming in and giving you gifts, giving you things that you hadn't considered because you're so stuck in routine. Andrea James, time is Piscean. How you going? Time. Yeah, the concept of time. Yeah, good point. It is. The whole concept, watch on your hand, alarm clock to wake you up. It's very Piscean. Very Piscean. Just don't look in the mirror. You're talking to me. Dave, how you going? Lockdown imminent. Yeah, is that New Zealand? I know. Yeah, it's going on over East Coast. I've had nothing here really. I'm in Perth. I'm, on the other side of Australia from where all this madness is going up. But my mate Dean's in Sydney, and he's locked into a 5-kilometre radius that he can't leave, and people can't leave to go to work. So he's lucky he can work online. But if you're a bricklayer or a gardener or a delivery driver, you can't go to work. Like they've literally said, you can't go to work. You can't leave this. You can't leave the 5-kilometre radius unless you've got a good reason. And apparently going to work to feed your family is not a good reason. So people really need to see what's going on here. Like they're taking away our ability to look after ourselves and our family as far as food, as far as everything, because they're taking income as well. And this can't go any further. We need to draw a line, a big fat line that can't be crossed. Darren Goodwin, no Jabberwocky for you. I'm glad to hear it. Exactly, Steve. JOB, just over broke. And that's where they love to keep us, right? And it's the old story of why do you get a house? Most people get a house because it's close to their work, right? And then they go to work to pay off the house. And of course they buy the car they have to pay off to get to work and back home again. So it's like, what? That doesn't really make sense. When you think about it, that doesn't make sense at all. So yeah, they keep you just over broke and that's, have this, credit cards. Yeah. And to get rid of your available funds, they get you to pay off all these phones, computers, cars, everything, to keep you just over broke, to keep you from having time to think, to keep you stressed and worried and fear that you're going to lose your house and your job. Vividness, I arrived both an Aquarius and a very evolved Aquarian. You arrived both an Aquarian, but they got me lured for a while. Feels like I've been fighting, peeling their Piscean indoctrination. Yeah, I agree. And that's where we've all been. It's like I said, we're Pisceans. We're not born, we're Aquarians, not Pisceans. We're not born for the Piscean age. We're not born to be ruled. We're not. We're free. We know that we're free under law, LORE, right? Law of the land, not LAW, land, air, water. Maritime jurisdiction, death, all that kind of stuff. That's Piscean. They just want to rule. Sean, hello, welcome. Yeah, Paul, I know, right? 5 kilometers. And even, what did he say? You're allowed to go shopping 3 times a week, and that's within the 5 kilometers, I'm pretty sure. And I can't remember what he said about exercise. I think you need like written permission to exercise, and even that, it's only a couple of times a week. And that's within the 5 kilometer radius. Human zoos, anyone? We've covered these before, right? Sean, good. I'm ready to resist too. We all need to resist. They're shutting down all infrastructure. They are, guys. Make sure you've got long-lasting food, tin food, rice, pastors, things like this, because they're attacking the food chain. They are. And, you know, we know what, you know, Billy Boy, the gatekeeper's doing with his, you know, meatish products. Can we say that? You know, pretty reminiscent of a film called Soylent Green. We don't know what's in that stuff. We don't. And oh, it's just madness. They're buying. He's buying up all the farmland. He's trashing crops. He's killing stock. It's just insanity. And there's also, you know, flooding and all these other things that are actually, there are earth changes going on as well. So, yeah, beware the Greta, you know, that's the next step, is they're going to start pushing, you know, the global warming, climate change agenda again. And of course, blame us for it because we're here to kill the world. And this is another real Piscean thing. You know, we talked about they don't take responsibility for anything. What they also do is, because nothing's their fault, everything's everyone else's fault. And we see this, right? This is all over TikTok and all this kind of stuff. All these people with colored hair, they just want to tell you that you're wrong and you should do this and you should do this and blah, 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 blah. Obey the rules. And that's what it's all about. And, you know, my answer is just like, well, you know, shove your head up your butt or prove that you own me. I mean, come on. Go away, silly little Piscean. We earn a paycheck to pay to get back to work. Exactly. It's a rat wheel. That's it. It's insanity. Mandates are for employees, and I haven't signed a contract with any of these knuckleheads, so I don't mind. Exactly. So it's all to do you know, every government, on Earth that I think pretty much is a corporation. It's listed on the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, Australia, the Australian government, or is it? No, it's the government of Australia, I believe, is registered to an office in Washington. So where do you think all these taxes go? You know, have you ever noticed that there's not much infrastructure being put, you know, all this tax money, and we don't seem to get much back. You know, NASA seem to get a big chunk of the US, don't they? So it's all just, you know, steal and blame. That's all they do. Debt brokerage is control over people, keeping them just above desperate enough to have total mental collapse from and this is the thing. Like, obviously we had the crash in 2008 and we saw those images of people jumping out windows. You know, and people in high finance, it seems they seem to do a lot more because they can lose their everything in a day, and that they believe so much that is them that they go and top themselves. Happens all the time. And you know, apart from them, you know, people have mental breakdowns, all this mental pressure. You know, especially men. You know, men are supposed to be protected. You know, I think it's built into us, you know, the ones that are actually men, you know, the non-skinny jean wearing men, you know, it's built in that you have to, you know, provide and protect your family. And when you're held to ransom because your only way to provide and protect is your job, and then your job's holding you to ransom, and you've got all these other things, and they can play with, you know, your wages and everything, and banks can put up interest rates for your home or your loans. You know, you don't have control. And so that's so much mental stress, because people think that's the only answer. They don't look sideways, you know. And yeah, so that's just, it's horrendous. Yep, sociopaths run the world, Henry, they do. You caught me live. You did, Brandon. Hello, welcome. Gluten, GMOs, and so everything, Paul, everything. Definitely crazy, Bernard. But yeah, everything. The water, right? What are they putting in the water? You've got all this food and stuff, all the food. And then, of course, what foods do they promote to the younger generation? That's all. It's the worst stuff you can put in your body, and all the drinks, the fizzy drinks and stuff. You know, they've really got them drinking the Kool-Aid, the air, the chemtrails. I mean, you know, the medical system, right? Big pharma with the PH for Phoenicians. It should be an F for farm, natural herbs, you know, everything. They invert everything. definitely crazy days. Children of Men, Idiocracy, yeah, predictive programming, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Idiocracy, I mean, yeah, that's obviously a funny look at it, but this is the thing. We're being led by the least among us. You know, this is the thing. And we've let them do it. And what's happening now is we're realizing that this has been going on for a long time. And I was listening to a video yesterday. It was a lady, I think she was Danish or something, and she was talking about, you know, basically, you know, it's Gen, right? It's Gen O side is what's happening at the moment. But it seems to be happening, you know, she was saying that they're targeting the Western countries, the so-called, you know, ones, you know, that are the first world countries. But in the past, you know, and she made a very good point. In the past, this has been happening the whole time, all through the Piscean age. And, you know, us in the first world Western countries, we've known this has been going on. You know, if we know in the back of our minds at least that this is going on, this Gen O side, you know, all through Africa, Asia, South America, all these places. And it has been, and we've ignored it. We haven't stood up and done anything. And so now it's in our backyard. So all this stuff is happening. Now, we may not have caused it, but we let it happen. And so this is why we have to go through all this stuff. And this is why people are losing it and breaking down. And, you know, it's the lifting of the veil. It's the lifting, it's like I said, you know, Aquarians have to take responsibility, you know, and it doesn't mean, you know, we have to pay reparations or we have to be sad or any of this kind of crap. No blame. We just have to go forward and do things better. You know, we have to come together and realize we're all part of one big family. We're all the same. And they are not. They're different to us. So we've got to ignore them, and we've got to focus on what we want and make sure that everyone, you know, on the earth is looked after. That's the only way we can go forward. It really is. You know, this whole, at least I've got it good, you know, that might be bad over there, but at least I've got it good. You know, that's not going to work anymore. It should be love thy neighbor. But for Pisceans, it's how do I get above my neighbor? How do I get more than my neighbor? Because that'll make me look better. Yeah. You know, so all this kind of stuff, we've got to realize that we are the problem, but also we are the only solution. We're the only ones with the power to change this. We're the only ones with imagination. They don't have imagination. They just keep running the same program over and over and over again. And that's why we're here. We're the antivirus. The Aquarians are the antivirus. We say, stop, no more. Here's the line. You don't step any further. And this is the shift, right? That's hitting the fan, is these two, you know, different energies, different viewpoints coming together. And, you know, the old world wanting to fight the new world, and the new world just saying, well, we're not interested in fighting, go away, just leave us alone. But that's not in their nature. So they're reeing and screaming and clawing, but just understand that's all they can do. That's all they know. That's what their program is, right? Because we've taken away their mummy and daddy. You know, we want to take away their authority. We want to take away the people that tells them how to live. And that to them is the scariest thing in the world. And this is why they're yelling and screaming and not making sense. Because they don't think, they just follow orders. So that needs to be changed. Where are we? King Snuggle Gurgleson, the Viking. Hello, welcome. We are guilty by association for genocide overseas. I agree. We watched while millions bombed, impoverished. Now it is us. So worry about it all now. Well said. Exactly. Throw away the TV. Yes. Oh, Bernie. Yeah, Bernie's been watching some weird program. I don't know. Burn your TV, Bernie. Yeah, burn it, because that's your name, right? Bernie, burn the TV. There's nothing new under the sun. There is not. It's a kakistocracy. What's a kakistocracy? Because we're run by a bunch of cacks. Is that what they call them? Joy Alfaro Sai, hello. Visualize clearly, they say. Yeah, focus. And when the main thing with visualization is, a lot of people, they'll tell you just focus on the picture. But the most powerful thing you can do in visualization is use your emotions, emotionally attached to it. So when you're visualizing, feel the feelings. If you're with someone that you love, feel that feeling. If you're seeing yourself achieve something, feel how it feels. And it's got to be now. It's got to be done now. It's not how will it feel when I get there. It's I've done it. How does that feel? Because when you do that, you're talking to the universe or to God or whatever you want to call it, because that's the language of spirit. It's emotion. So that, yeah, visualize what you want, but attach emotion to it. And also to the point of feel the sun, feel the heat, feel the wind on your face. Get as much into it as you can. I think we are actually the virus in there. Yeah, I agree, Vivinus. I think so. I think that's what this is all about. That's why there's V words everywhere, right? Yo, OG Scuddy, Skid Row Interviews, welcome. We are chatting about the shift hitting the fan and the difference between the Aquarian mindset and the Piscean mindset as far as the ages and the precession of the equinox, which is the great year, which lasts 24,000, 560, I think, years, broken into 12 sections of 2,160. And we've just come out, we're in the process of coming out of Piscean and into Aquarian. And there's a lot of differences between the way that Aquarians and Pisceans think and see the world. Oh, thank you. Thank you, OG Scotty. I shut the telly, the idiot box in 2009. Well done, Paul. And you know what they did, right? This is the thing. When we were kids, it was the idiot box. Don't sit too close to the idiot box or your eyes will go square. Now what do they tell people? It's a smart TV. Right? Spell magic. Like thinking positive and sheer. Yeah. Always think positive. Now, what is thinking positive? This is the thing, like through the, the last 20 years, right? All these, gurus of, law of attraction and all this kind of stuff. And all they talk, they get you in and on this sort of premise that it's either like a spiritual based thing or a sort of a mental, acuity, like getting your mind working better, to what you want. And you get in there and it's just money. How do you get more money? It's not spiritual at all. It's crap. And that's all they focus on is teaching you these silly little, because the thing is, it started off as the truth, it's something that worked. But then when someone presented that, the next person who wanted to make money off that, they had to change that a bit. And then the next person had to change it a bit. The next person had so what we ended up with was crap. It was nothing at all to do with the original. So everyone's running around trying to do this law of attraction and focus. But to me, what it is, what being positive is being solutions focused. And that's it. It's not running around, oh, I smile at everyone, oh, because we all see these people and you see them and it's just like, that's so fake. You're putting that on. I know you're putting that on. Of course, we have naturally happy people like that, but you can tell who they are. But it's being solutions focused. That's it. You don't have problems. You have challenges. You don't have mistakes. You have mistakes, which means you take 2, you take 3. It's a challenge. And when you see it like that, challenges are exciting, right? Roadblocks aren't. So if you see everything as a puzzle to be solved, as the universe giving you, some wisdom, but it's not just going to tell it to you. You've got to work it out so you understand it. That's being positive, I think, is looking always for the solutions, always for the best solutions. And we know this because when you talk to a negative person, what don't they have? They never have solutions. And you give them a solution and they go, no, that won't work. No. So to me, it's not this running around smiling and trying to be, little Miss Light and all this kind of stuff. It's about being smart, being self-educated, making your own decisions and looking for solutions. That there are no problems, only solutions, right? John Lennon, there you go. That's from Watching the Wheels Go Round, is it? I tell them there's no problems, only solutions. And so this is true. This is what being positive is. And yes, Darren, guru is false teaching. I agree. Anyone who tells someone they have to do something a certain way and that it will work for them doing a certain thing is either delusional or they're lying to your face, because all they know is what works for them. Okay, this is why all these courses don't work. In the personal development field, the statistics for the people who actually make a lasting change after being through a course is 3%. So what does that tell you? That tells you that 3% of the people think like the person who made the course, so it works for them. Everyone else thinks differently, so it doesn't work for them. And these people they must know this, because they must know the stats, and they keep selling their courses for thousands of dollars. And they come up and they go, look, I made $5 million in the last 3 years. Come and join me. My course is only $5,000. And of course, that's how they make their $5 million. And I don't, all these courses, right? They come on and they say, I've made all this money. Well, if you've made all this money, why do you need to sell a course for thousands of dollars? Make it $99 if you really want to help people. So gurus, don't follow gurus, don't follow false idols, and this is the thing about this channel. I don't ever want to tell you what to do. This is just all about ideas. All I want to do is make you think, like Dane Calloway says, I'm just here to make you think, and that's it. It's up to you to make the decisions. It's up to you to get the information in your mind so you can make those connections. And when you make the connections, then you get perspective, and you start to get your own view of the world, which is what we need, because so many people, the Pisceans, they don't have their own worldview. Their worldview is what they've been told. And of course, this is, what I do on the Auto channel. We rip apart their story and prove that it's just a story of lies. And Pisceans don't like that. So I'm guessing YouTube are Pisceans, right? Because they don't like this kind of stuff. Spiral Up, what are my thoughts on shadow work? I know there are some unpleasant traumas still hidden from childhood. Don't know what it is yet, but I know it is there, yeah. We all have trauma, to varying degrees. And even if we've had, the perfect childhood, a lot of this trauma comes from when you're in utero, and also through the birthing process, and what happens, because of the medical system, right? And that birthing process, obviously with males, we have, circumcision, bad. I mean, imagine what trauma that puts on the baby. Most of those are done without anesthetic. If it's done by a rabbi, it's just weird. But apart from that, as soon as you come out, they prick your foot and they squeeze blood out of you. They want to jab needles into you, take you away from your mother. They take you away from your mother straight away. They cut the cord, right? None of this should be done. And then they take it away, jab, and then they give it back to the mother. The baby should just be sitting straight to mother. It should be, if we needed hospitals to have a birth, we wouldn't be here, because there weren't any hospitals back in day one, apparently, right? As humans, we know how to give birth. Well, I don't, but women do. And it's a natural thing. And it's the medical system coming in is what causes so much trauma. And it can just be that, just coming into this, into this world of bright lights and weird people with masks on their faces, trying to jab stuff into you, ripping you away from your mother. I mean, It's not really, the best way to come into the world, is it? And it's planned. This is part of their plan. This is what they want. They want trauma in people, because the more trauma they can cause, they want to split the personality. As soon as you split the personality, it's open for the shadow ones, right? The archons, whatever you want to call them, to come in. So, yeah, we've all got stuff that we need to work through, and different things work for different people. You can work through that yourself. Writing, works a lot. Why do I feel this? You can work through it. You can talk to people. You can do regression. But I would say always, work on yourself is always good. It's always good. As I've said before, the statue is not finished when there's no more to add. It's finished when there's no more to take away. So, this journey really is about finding out what baggage we've got and stripping it away, getting rid of it. So we're lighter, we can raise the vibration. Scotty, gurus are snake oil salesmen. They are. And unfortunately, with the internet and books and that, snake oil salesmen can make a lot of money these days. That's, this is the thing. Tony Robbins, right? I mean, I think he started off okay, but somewhere along the line, he got skewed, because I've seen this video, and it's probably still on the net, and it's him and two other guys sitting on a couch just bragging about how much money they make. Like sitting there literally, and one of them goes, "Oh yeah, well, I was the first person to make $1 million in a day. Yeah. And then Tony goes, well, when I floated my company, I made $500 million in a day." Oh. And they're just laughing. That's stolen money. That's stolen dreams. That's what that is. And they proclaim they're all about helping people get better, teaching people, raising the consciousness. And they're not. They're just, I mean, Tony Robbins came out once during the last 18 months and said something, and that's it. So, make of that what you will. I don't think they're out on our side. This is the thing. Insider info: Weevil's eggs have been allowed into supermarket-produced flour products like pasta on purpose. Oh my God! So check the pasta stockpile for Weevil's hatching. They infest your. Okay, so, well, there you go. Thank you, King. So that's something to keep in mind, guys, with long life food. If you're going to get pasta, it looks like you need to keep that in a separate box just in case it's infested, because it'll get into the rest of your food. But, I mean, it's good to keep all foods. If you're buying rice in bags, still try and get it in a box as well, that you can shut and seal for long life. Where are we? Darren Goodwin, it's all hocus pocus. Yes, it is. It is all a spell. Peter, how are you going? Peter of Barbaria up in Queensland. The power of neuro-linguistic programming. Indeed. That's another good one for removing blockages and traumas and things like that. Neuro-linguistic programming, which is obviously neuro-brain. Linguistic is speech. And programming. So it's literally, they literally talk to your subconscious and rewire it for you. God wants me to have a private jet. Does he, Joey? So I get a trip with you. Let's go to Antarctica. I'm coming. We need currency, but that is not my master. Yes, well, currency, right? Under Admiral Law, the current sea. And of course, that's a big Bible term, right? They have like the Holy See and all these sea words. But also current, right? Water currents, and the old world, and water everywhere, and currents are being, energy being transferred through water currents might be a better way to do it. I think that's what they were doing, currency. But yeah, and as far as money, we need we need a system of exchange that has nothing to do with central banks or governments or tax or any of that crap. So, looks like, the best transition is crypto. I mean, we don't have any other option either, apart from fiat. So, and crypto's rising. Have you been looking at your wallet, Bernard? Crypto's rising, finally. That was great. My crypto literally halved in one day. and that was about, what, 2 months ago, and now it's finally creeping back up again. But that again is those that want to rule us putting their hands in and manipulating it and getting, Mr. Musk to come out and get all his followers to buy stuff and lose their money in dodgy altcoins and all this crap. So yeah, if you're going to get into crypto, just make sure you know what you're doing. Do your research first, but it is a good time to buy it because it was better a few weeks ago, but it's still good. So yeah, we need our own system of exchange. The universe wants. All right, Bernard's getting a private jet too from the universe, so I want to come on a trip for you with you as well. Please tell me what weevils are. Do they fly? Weevils are just like little worms. They're like pupa. Is that what they're called? Pupa. So I think weevils, they turn into those little grey, like grey-brown moths that you see everywhere, in food bags and that. So yeah, they're basically little larvae of moths. Let's all go. Yes, Alexander, let's all go on the private jets to Antarctica. Oh yeah, baby. Bernard's in it. People used to have their own high-pressure taps in the basement that fed into a dynamo for producing electricity. Theo, that is correct. Paul Cook has a good video on that, but seems there are a few ways. Seems they had things that went on your faucet, like your tap. They had other things where you had a water outlet in the wall, and you could run that through like a not a turbine. What are they called? Dynamo, through a dynamo to produce electricity. So they had all this stuff. It was all free. And they knew what they were doing, and it worked perfectly. And of course, parasites came in and just destroyed it, because if people have free energy, how do you control them, right? If people have freedom of information, how do you control them? You can't. So Pisceans don't like that. So that's the world that's coming back. That's our world. Cardano. Oh, really? Oh, nice. Haven't checked my pirate for a while. What's that up to? Crypto crooks, they just want to make their own money. Yeah. So they're getting into Bitcoin, because Bitcoin being the first, it didn't have all the restrictions. Can I say it wasn't coded as well as the new coins, which meant basically the Fed could get in and add tax to it. Is what the deal is. So all the new coins that are worth investing in can't be taxed. So that's, yeah. So, and Bitcoin as well, like where Bitcoin at the moment, it might, in the next 2 years, it'll probably go up, but it might go up, 6-fold. And these other coins that are newer, they're going to go up like 1,000-fold, just like Bitcoin did in the beginning. So yeah, that's why I better stop talking about crypto. But yeah, I'd say, the fiat, fiat is collapsing. I'd go as far as saying, if you've got super, try and get it out, because, what's fiat currency going to be worth in a year? Look what they're doing in America. They're destroying the economy. So, crypto is really the only option. And if you learn about it, then, it can be a good option too. Yes, they do fly, Joy. Yes. Buoyancy. Yes. Buoyancy versus resistance. Or what is it? Thickness of the atmosphere. I keep my rice in metal bins. Flour products are very lucky, completely compromised. Yeah, I do notice, if you've got a bag of flour and you leave a bit in the bottom, yeah, they tend to get full of those weevils and those little moths. And this is the thing, we don't know what's in the food. So yeah, as far as flour, I would really try and get, non-manufactured, non-processed, because we know, especially with white flour, we know they throw bleach in it, guys. Bleach. That's why it's white. In the past, they'd put it out in the sun, and the sun would bleach it. But now they put bleach in there. So if you can, any growers markets and that, you can actually get good, flours. And they probably don't have weevils in them, because that's probably added, weevil crap flour will make you ill, but you can eat the weevils themselves. Well, that's true. They are protein. You can eat them. It is true. Did everyone see it? Yes. Yep, Mr. Steve, I know, right? Arnie, big Arnie came out and said, screw your freedom. And then what did he say? He went on some rant about, oh, you think you have freedoms? You don't have freedoms. You know, what do you think you can do? Drive through a red light? I mean, come on. He's trying to equate driving through a red light and killing someone in a car accident to not getting the V. Because then, if you don't, you're going to go walk around and kill people, right? And this is after he knows. The only people dying are the ones that have had Bill's prick, and they can still get, you know, the C, right? And they can still pass it on. So F you, Arnie. Big ball of bloody sack of balls. That's what I keep saying, Paul. Exactly. We need a better system. Yes, we do. We need our own system. Just our own system. Just free exchange. You know, everyone's good at something. Everyone wants to do something. And the thing is, when you get, you know, 1,000 people together, the funny thing is, not everyone wants to do the same thing. And that's why how it works. That's why it's so cool. Pisceans want everyone to do the same thing. When you build a community and you let people do what they want to do, you'll end up with your farmers, with your scientists, with your artists, with your, you know, healers, because we all have gifts. It's all in us. That the last age stopped that coming out. So that's the new system, is let people be. Right? I think it said in that I read at the start, it said that the phrase of the Aquarian age is to be. I can't find it now, but basically it was saying that the Piscean age, that their sort of phrase for that age was, I can't remember what it was, but it was basically saying you need the system to succeed. You need something else to be. You need something outside of you to be worthy. That's Piscean. The Aquarian is just be. Because you're enough, right? Just be who you are. And that's enough. Everything will work out. Do no harm is the only rule that we need to follow. Angela, baby Carson, pathetic. Who's pathetic? Not me, I hope. Yeah, the Pisceans, I know. Finger pointers. And of course they come from the whisperers, right? The J people. What happens if the power goes out for crypto, and can you recommend a good, where'd that go? A good platform to learn? Yeah, I would say follow Jeff Berwick, and on YouTube, The Moon, it's just called The Moon, is a good channel to learn from. And what's the other one, Bernie? The crypto boy. I think it is Crypto Boy. And basically just to learn about it. And then I use like Trade Ogre, and there's different platforms, but definitely Jeff Berwick is really good. I'm actually signed up to his thing, so I'm not sure, but he does give away a lot of free information too. But also check out those Crypto Boy and The Moon. And you know, Bernie and I, you know, we can do, you know, a show on that as well if people are interested on Auto Channel, you know, just about this whole crypto thing, because it is very confusing, you know. Elon, you know, Mr. Musk, right, who sends his cars into space, and it's real because it looks so fake. He came out and he was getting people to invest in Dogecoin and stuff, and I saw this, and Dogecoin went up because everyone followed him, and then it dropped to zero. And I saw this girl who was like, she was only like 25 or something. She lost $1 million in a day from her account. And she showed her account went from 1.5 million to 500,000 in a day because she changed all her stock into Doge and followed Elon. And it was just a scam. It's just a scam to get people's money out, to devalue things, and then they can buy it all up cheap, and, you know, it's a scam. Arnold is, yes. Yes. What did you say? He's a yeah, bag of balls. Also, you know, this is the thing, right? Foo Fighters have come out. We're not going to do concerts unless you're vaccinated. They announced that, and then the next day they cancelled their concert, and they said, "Oh no, it's because one of our band members got COVID." Right? Well, if you're only going to play to vaccinated, then you should all be vaccinated. And if you're vaccinated, how did you catch COVID? Right? What a scam! But I believe that no one bought tickets because no one's interested. Gene Simmons came out and said the same thing. I'm a big tough man. I'm a devil, right? Yeah, Satan. Woo. If you don't take the vax, we're not playing to you. You suck. You're trying to kill everyone. Gene Simmons. Yep, big tough boy. Brian May from Queen. And I hope Freddie's rolling over in his grave. R.I.P. Very disappointing. Brian May from Queen. You have to go get the jabby jab or you're a criminal. Blink 182. Right? Blink 182. Yeah. Oh, we're so anti-disestablishmentarianism. Woohoo, Blink 182. Yeah. F for the system. They sacked their drummer because he refused to get vaccinated. So all of these people are showing their colors. All of them. And we know, Hollywood, that all the people have come out and made their little ads and their little songs. The beast is revealing itself, right? The devils are dancing. They're showing us who they are. And so we've got to come together, right? Beatles again. Come together. Because together we're powerful. We're powerful individually, but together we're more powerful. It's like when you get someone, to push a cart, right? They might be able to push it at 1 kilometer an hour, but you get two people, they don't push it at 2 kilometers an hour. They then can push it at like 2.5, 3. You get a third one and it goes up more. So together we actually are more powerful. We have more output when there's more of us together than when we're individuals. So groups, we definitely need to get groups. We need to speak up, stand up, speak into the ether. Speak with your voice into the ether what you want. Speak it in your mind. See it in your mind. Feel it. Attach emotion. Bring that new world into reality, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to bring the new earth in, because you can be damn sure the Pisceans can't do it. They don't even know what the hell's going on. They're still lost in Confucianism. The great religion of the Pisceans, right? Confucianism. I don't know what the hell's going on. So it's up to us to take the lead. And of course, they're going to ree and scream and act like children. So just treat them like children. At this point, that like I said, this is our age. They had their chance. They lost. This is our age. All right. We're here for a reason. We're the light warriors. We're the 144,000. We're the indigos, the children of the rainbow, whatever you want to call it. And we're here for a reason. Even the Cathars had a prophecy, and it was dated to the 12th of August this year, dated to a day. It was a 700-year prophecy of when they basically all killed themselves rather than come under the control of the parasites. And they said, we'll be back in 700 years to take you guys down. And that was a few days ago. So everything leads to this time, guys. Everything leads to this time. We all know that we've been born for something big, something better than, following the system. We know this. We feel it. And because you feel it, it means that that's true. That's why you're here. We're all here for a reason. We've all got gifts to give. We're all pieces of the puzzle. And that's why we need to work together and come together. And when we do that, all this stuff just fades away. It's not like we have to have battles and wars and all this stuff. We just come together in power, say no, and what are they going to do? Shrivel up and die. But they're going to do that anyway because they can't live in the new frequency. This whole thing, this whole shift hitting the fan, the whole last 18 months, what this is they knew that this time was coming. They knew the energies were shifting. They knew we were here, right? And so what they've done is they've tried to cause as much confusion as possible so people can't see what's going on. People can't feel what's going on. When you're in fear, you're not heart-centered. You're not listening to yourself, to your body. You're not getting messages. So this is what they're doing. And, of course, the jabby jab and all this, they want to take as many people with them as they can. And when I say with them, I mean keep them on the low vibration. That's what this is all about. They literally are harvesting souls. They want to get as many as they can. And we know what Bill's prick does, right? That cuts the source. That you can't raise your vibration if you're not connected to source. So this is what they're doing. They're harvesting souls to keep down in their low vibration for the next 2,160 years. That's the plan, guys. So this is why we win anyway, because we're rising. They can't rise with us. But like I said, the more effort and energy that we put into this, the more vision, the more we speak it, the more we live it, the more we act it, the faster it'll happen, because we'll give others the courage to wake up and to act in courageously as well, under their own volition, not taking rules anymore. Grow up. So we still can wake people up, but not by telling them what to do, because that's Piscean. It doesn't work. That's Piscean. If you tell someone what to do, what you're saying is, you're wrong, I'm right, so listen to me. That's Piscean, guys. That's the last age. That's not how we do it. We act, we be, right? The verse or the saying of the Aquarian age is to be. And that's all we do. We just be. And through that being and acting, other people will see us. And they'll go, oh, I'd like to be more like that. Or I wouldn't like to be more like that, or whatever it is. But what that is standing in your power, standing in your own energy field, right? Your own aura, making that strong so people know who you are and what you stand for. And then you just act that way. And people who can see it, you'll inspire them, and they will change. And that's how you change people. That's it. You can never tell anyone to change, because I figured this out very early, right? Because what I figured out is, when people tell me to change, I'm going to tell them to, you can imagine, right? That makes Cambell go from calm to, oh my God, you really need to leave this vicinity quickly in, flick of a switch. And this is all of us. So we can't tell people. We have to act. We have to be the change that we want to see. And that's the only way to bring this new earth forward. That's it. We be. We be the best we can. We be what we're born to be. And we act, we walk that walk. So there you go. We shall shine. Of course we shall, Paul. We are here to shine. Zane 2707, hello, welcome. I'm a big fan. If of Pink, is it? But Roger the I'm a big fan. If Pink, but Roger the activist as he is, but remains silent on this problem with the COVID is disappointing. Yeah, they've all sold their souls. Pink Floyd. Sorry, yeah, big fan of Pink Floyd. But Roger the activist as he is, yeah. He's come out and said a few things, hasn't he? I think Roger has come out and said a few. Dave hasn't said anything. Dave Gilmore's pretty quiet, but I've definitely seen one interview by Roger, and I believe there's another one. So he has, but yeah, not enough. Definitely not enough. Of course, these celebrities have handlers and controllers, and they have people who they're press agents, right? So sometimes it is hard for them to get stuff out. Looking from where we are, we can jump up and yell, well, just do it. But we don't know. He may have made 100 videos. He just can't get them out. Every time he tries to, they get stopped. With all this tracking and stuff, imagine what the tracking on someone like that is. So yeah, I'm not sure about Pink Floyd. David Gilmour, definitely not. Definitely disappointed. Yeah, no, that's not good. So yeah, let's hope Roger hasn't sold his soul, right? Human vibration, exactly. Only one here seen the big Les show. Is that cartoon? I think I've seen that once or twice. In your own, Auntie Queenie, I agree. Lesbian? James Boosh, as in lesbian show. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm your own. There you go. James Bush, great show. The new clearance episode was a shocker. Love this stream. Thank you, Bernie. I hope you're all enjoying it. We've got 72 people joining me. And yesterday, if you missed it, I went live for like 30 seconds and then worked out my camera didn't work. So I went, stopped it, started the stream again, did the stream. And when I finished it, I realized I was on the wrong channel. So that's why this stream is happening today instead of yesterday. I actually did yesterday's stream on Autodidactic. So there may be a few confused history buffs out there wondering what I was talking about. But the way I see it, it must have been for some reason. And here we all are today. And all these new names on live streams. Welcome. I'm very glad to see you here. Appreciate you all. Also, guys, I have... you'll find a link below. There's some Spiral Up merch. We have Spiral Up shirts and we have Human Wins as well. So link is below. Go check them out. If you so desire, you can purchase. And of course, that does go to help support this channel if you do. Have I ever been to Europe? No, Sir Dragonfruit. I have not been to Europe. I've pretty much just been around Australia and, you know, the places close by, Bali, Fiji, all that kind of stuff. But I don't think I've actually ever been into the inner circle, into the northern circle, to tell you the truth. But I want to. I definitely want to go. I'm very interested now in going up to like Scandinavia, even though I don't like the cold. You know, the architecture, the stars and the stories and everything coming from there. I'd really like to get to. I'd like to see all of you. I'd like to see everything. You know, that's what this is. It's an adventure, right? We should be able to travel the world freely, because it's ours. It's not anyone else's. Dave Gilmore is in pension to scree him. I like where'd that go? The right answer to Facebook. Dave Gilmore is in pension to screen him. Probably. I think you're saying that everything he does gets screened. Yeah, I agree. You are Australia's John Levi. Oh, thank you, Scotty. Yes, love and respect to all. All rock stars are not to be trusted. I agree, OG. If you didn't realize it before, it's plainly clear now that they are all part of the agenda. Like I said, that the ones that have come out and spoken out is like, I mean, what have we got? Right Said Fred, Van Morrison. You know, that's about it. You know, I'm hoping Rick Astley's going to come out. That's what I'm hoping for. He's going to change that. He's going to change it all. Turn the tides. Rick, we all need to be Rickrolled. But yeah, disappointing. And we've heard more of them come out and tell us to get the V. And this is these big, tough, rock and roll, anti-disestablishmentarianism. Yeah, right. Anarchy, tear down the system. Yeah, right. What a bunch of BS that turned out to be. Like I said, the devils are dancing. We can see who they are now. You can see them, plain as day. So ignore them. Do not give them your money. Do not buy records. Do not go to movies. You know, we need to... This is also changing the system, is rejecting everything that they've put into it, rejecting the medical system, rejecting the education system, rejecting the food system, and doing it ourselves, because we can do it better and we will do it better, much better, much better. Yes, Scotty, yeah, birthday glitch yesterday it was. I ended up on the wrong channel. What can I say? You know, I'm 49 now, you know, losing my mind a bit, you know, not sure what buttons to press, all that kind of stuff. Yes, Bernie does rock. Burn Eye, Third Eye, science guy without the bow tie. I must delete this, but some bend their gender too. You don't have to delete that. It's still snap. Yeah, that's part of their agenda. If you look into it and their gods, the things that these, you know, dark people worship, things like Janus or Janus is bisexual or both. You know, a lot of their gods are like transgendered and all this, both sexes, and what it is they're all about. So what it comes down to is the, whatever you want to call it, the Archon, the Demiurge, the devil. You know, the base intelligence of the evil, it wants to be God on earth. Okay, it got rejected by the gods, and it's all crying in the corner like a little Piscean child, and it wants to be a god, right? And so it thinks that the way that it can be a god is to change everything from nature into, I guess, reflecting its, fake image. And this is why everything is unnatural. This is why these people even dye their hair different unnatural colors. And this is the whole transgender thing. The fat man in wigs talking, reading books to 3-year-olds. This is what it is. So transgenderism is unnatural. And of course, you can't reproduce. But it's unnatural, and that's what they're going for. Everything that's natural is what they attack. The food, right? Everything. And so gender is on the hit list. It's on the hit list because as well, that also ties into destroying the family. And this is, house TV, right? In the 80s, all the sitcoms were families. We have like Growing Pains. What was one with Alex P. Keaton, Michael J. Fox, all those. There was lots of them, all family-based. We hit the 90s, what do we get? Seinfeld, everyone's single, no kids. And then that turns into Friends. They're younger, everyone's single, no kids, all right? So this is programming, of course, right? Through the Live Vision programming. And then with all, at the same time, they're putting all this crap through the universities and brainwashing people, and they're pumping them out the other end. They're coming out with pink hair and skinny jeans, and they don't know what gender they are. It's confusionism. They're just confused. And this is the thing. You get people confused, feed them with the wrong information. You can split their personality, and then you can start inserting weird stuff in there. And we see this all the time. There's a dude who literally had plastic surgery because his idol is Korean. He's one of these K-pop guys. And so this, white Caucasian American, not Korean, got plastic surgery, got his eyes changed, and he just looks like someone's just smashed him in the face with a pan a few times. And he's so happy because he thinks he looks like he thinks he looks Korean. And this is all because people don't know who they are. They don't know where they are. They don't know what's going on. They don't take the time to go inside. They listen too much, follow rules too much, follow orders too much. That's the problem, right? Pisceans versus Aquarians. But like I said, we win because it's the Aquarian age. Their time's gone. They can't change it. There's nothing they can do but stay where they are, and we're going to rise. So Brady Bunch, yes, Brady Bunch, exactly. Another one of those shows. Summer Heights High. Summer Heights High, yes. Okay. Yes, it's all Tavistock. Yeah, it is. All the movie back, to the 60s. What was the Valley? They all basically, all the bands were created. All of them. All of the 60s bands were created in the same place. Can't remember the name of the valley. It was a valley, though. So Dragon Fruit's in New York, United Kingdom. If they want to treat us like children, we draw penises every... But this is what they do. Did you see the boat that got jammed in the Suez Canal? Did you see the boat, the picture of its route, like its shipping route? Before it went into the Suez Canal, it literally drew this massive penis in the ocean. We have, the Bezos penis rocket. It's just they, oh my God, they're just so pathetic. Pinocchio, I want to be a real boy. Yes, I want to grow up and not tell lies. Laurel Canyon, thank you. Yes, Courtney, Laurel Canyon. All the bands in all the 60s bands were pretty much created in Laurel Canyon. Laurel Canyon, crazy ass place. What an amazing body of research. Thank you. All Snoopy, all hail Snoopy, the guinea pig, master of the world. Snoopy would do a better job, than Biden, just biding his time and all these other, P-files that are in power. No plastic surgery. Why would you want to cut yourself? And why would you want to let someone else cut you? It's not good. All right, Joy's a real. I hope not Joy. Yes. Dragon fruit also speaks Japanese. I think it is. It could be Chinese. Married with Children was a documentary. And this is the thing. So Married with Children again was the 90s, right? And Simpsons, end of the 80s. That's the other thing that came in when they were, you know, not showing families anymore. When they did show families, it was always not happy anymore, obviously, right? You know, daughters, you know, we know what the deal with Married with Children was. But the main thing is the male. Dad's a stupid idiot, right? Simpsons, dad's a stupid idiot. And you start seeing, so along with the destruction of the family, they're also programming in that the destruction of fathers and men and trying to demasculate everyone. And now look what we have 20 years, 30 years later, all these screaming feminists, right? I'm single and I'm powerful, until they hit 40 and then they realize that they're really lonely and they suddenly want to get married and have kids. But when they look around, they find that men aren't interested in them because they've spent the last 20 years bagging us. You know, this is where we are. And this is all just because people believe the rhetoric. Yes, yes, Minister. That was good. That was actually good. The UK did a few good things back in that was the 80s, wasn't it? All will be revealed. It is the apocalypse. Apocalypso in Greek, which means the unveiling, the lifting of the veil. So all will be revealed. Iwa has deleted his channel. His Pink Floyd album Solution was interesting. X-ray moon map. Iwa, so the full series you can find on Dave Weiss's channel, which is the Sun, Moon, Earth Zodiac Clock, I believe. If you just put Sun, Moon, Earth in, it'll come up. And the full series is also on the Sage of Quay, Quay, which I think is Key, but he says Quay. So it's still up there, but I think Iwa's also created a new channel. But if you've seen his videos, he was having a lot of problems. But it's still up. It's still up, definitely on those two channels, so you can still see it. And I recommend everyone goes and checks it out. Iwa, EWAR. If you just put that in, or Iwa Anon, you should find it. Translation: it is. I was English. Now I'm. Oh, okay. But you got to sing it in K-pop, Sir Dragonfruit. I'm a cisgender. Yes, I'm a cisgender, which is how you pronounce my last name. Really? Oh, cis. Well, there you go. Awesome job. That's the thing, right? That they're trying to tell us that no longer are we just men and women. No, we're cisgendered. No, that's called normal. No, it's not cisgendered. It's normal. Men and women coming together to create is normal. Chopping your bits off and dyeing your hair is not. I'm so bugger that cis thing. I shall not comply. I can take that saying and shove it up their butts, but they'd probably enjoy that. So, all right, how are we going? Oh my gosh, almost an hour and a half. All right, thank you all for joining me. 70 watching. Feminists are powerful until a fireman saves them from burning building. I know, right? And it's like it's like that meme, you know. Thousands of feminists die every year because they can't open the jars in the cupboard. Die of starvation. K-crap, flat earth, Dave is nonsense. Flat earth, Dave is no nonsense. I was going to say no nonsense. Yep, Dave Weiss. I did an interview chat with him a couple of weeks ago on my auto channel. If you haven't seen it, check it out. But yeah, Dave's great. He's on a one-man mission, that guy. Katie Price had her face turned into a cat. LHFE, yeah, that's the name of the series. Thank you. LHFE, great series. Heart skipped a few beats. Yeah, right. In episode 6, pretty interesting stuff. Chris Travers, Katie Price. Remember her porn name? I forgot. Well, she had she's she was married to like Peter Andre, wasn't she? She's that English girl, lady thing. SD, you got any more info on the detention center stuff? That's in Tennessee. They've just signed 2 days ago, I think. It's been signed. They've shown the document, and it's given them access, the government of Tennessee, to build temporary, what are they called? Temporary confinement buildings or something like that, but basically jails for, I don't know, either the unV'd or the V'd that are traveling interstate. We're not sure, but it's definitely done it. Yeah. It's very sad. Yeah. But I mean, non-compliance, right? It's just writing on paper, guys. It doesn't mean anything unless we say it means something. If 1,000 people turn up every time they rock up to try and take them away, then it all stops. Together we are strong. Katie Price was Jordan. Well, there you go. It's flat. We see too far. Yes, we do. Last of the wild man. Trump talking about the girl with the purple hair, though. Oh, I didn't hear that. But yeah, Cuomo has stepped down because of the allegations, and they have now released the man's name that I can't probably say, Poe, like the Teletubbies, Poe, Desta, that guy. They've released video footage of him being a devil. I haven't seen it. I don't want to see it, but apparently it's been released. So there's big shockwaves, guys. Big shockwaves are going to go boom, boom, boom. Olympics chick. Oh God, not that bloody soccer playing idiot with the pink hair. Is that who you're talking about? Yeah, it must be the girl with it. Yeah. She did an ad for Subway, and this is the girl. She's the leader. She's the head of the US soccer team, who got beaten by a school team of 15-year-old boys. She knelt at the start of the game. None of the black girls did, and she was kneeling for BLM, right? But yeah, she did. Subway grabbed her and made ads with her because they thought that would be really woke and cool. And now Subway are literally getting letters from franchisees saying, get this girl off the television. We're getting hate mail. We're getting hate phone calls, and we're losing business because you put this stupid SJW pink-haired dickhead on TV. So everything they try, it's not working. We're just laughing at them. They're idiots. So there you go. All right. Hour and a half. Thank you all for joining me. We have got this. They are so desperate. It's true. They've lost their game. It's all falling apart in front of our eyes. We can see it. Everything they do doesn't work. Everything they try goes sideways. Like Biden goes out and people line the street and pull the finger sign at him and yell, "Not our president." Kamala Harris can't even go in public. She can't even go in public. Half of these people can't. Texas just arrested all of those Democrats that yelled and screamed and told everyone to wear their mask. And then they took a private plane to Washington, all unmasked. You remember that one? We've got the photos. And they turned up to try and stop the recount of the vote. They haven't. This was like a month ago. They haven't gone back to Texas yet. These are people that are employed by the state to do a job. They're now all under arrest because they basically fled their job as a state rep. So the Texas governor of Texas signed the warrants, 51 charges, and they're all under arrest now. So stuff's happening, guys. It's happening. If you watch, if you listen to the zeitgeist, the word in the wind, it seems like it's bad. We hear all this stuff like, Tennessee are going to do, all these new jails and things. And we hear all this stuff going on, but most of the time it's just BS. It's just BS. It's probably not going to come to anything. It's going to get stopped. And if it doesn't, we can stop it, because we are the power. We're the Aquarians. It's our world. It's our world. The Pisceans they lost. They lost because they're so pathetic. They don't deserve this world. They don't deserve any kind of rule, because rules should not exist down here. There are no rules except do no harm. All right. Cause no loss or injury. That's it. Okay. So it's time, guys. It's time to activate, bring that light out. Light warriors unite. Be the light, be the shining light, be the change you want to see. Be that person that's walking around with conviction, with energy, so that when other people see you, they're like, whoa, I want to be like that. So that when you're walking through a shopping center without the thing and everyone else has got them, no one will even flicker at you, because they feel your power. They know where you stand. They're not going to question you, because that's who you are. People only come up and question and do this stuff when they feel that that you're weak. These people don't take on strong people because they're cowards. So walk in your power, be that power, give everyone else the chance to see your light and to try and get up on the same vibration and frequency as you. Because some of these people don't even know it's possible. They still don't know. But maybe if they see your light, they'll know. And that may be all they need. You may be the 10th person that they see that changes their mind. We don't know who we affect. We don't know. We don't know. Just walking down the street, we don't know who we affect, but we affect people. So make sure you're affecting them in a good way. Be the power, be the change you want to see. Stand in your power. Because we're here for a reason. We all know it, guys. We all know we're here for a reason. And the time is now. If it ever was, it is now. So like I said, we've got this, we've won, but we can make this go faster. We can live into the future. We can live into the new earth, create it in our minds, live into it, and be the change you want to see. But also, more importantly, we can be the catalyst to make other people see the world differently. And to join the Aquarian side and give the Piscean side the old finger. All right. So thank you all for joining me, guys. An hour and a half there. I do appreciate you all so much. Thank you for all the likes, the comments that are amazing. Thanks for all your support. I really do appreciate it. And guys, you are the power. You are a piece of the puzzle, right? The power is in you. Bring it out. Show people who you really are and give them the power to become who they really are. Because that's what we're here to do, guys. We're here to bring in the change and to bring in the new earth. All right. The time is now. So let's do it. I love you all. You are powerful. You do have greatness inside you, and I'll talk to you all on the next upload. Love you all. Bye for now.